can see the broad blue skies now that you're gone. I don't need a goddamn thing from anyone. Oh, I'll be fine on my own. You were the one for me, but I was wrong. I can see the bright blue skies now that you're gone. I don't need a goddamn thing from anyone.
You ready? Yeah. Stronger days, bitter nights, cold hands, warm heart. Walking around, but you're staring at the ground. Take hold, fall apart. Little by little, someone blows the whistle. It don't matter in the end. So just slow it all down. Slow it all down. You gotta take it easy, easy. Live your life. On any kind of weather, you and me together, we'll be fine. You gotta take it easy, easy. Take your time. It's just you and me together. Any kind of weather, we'll be fine. Open road, broken down. Bright lights, dark down. Stand up, then you fall again. You'll find a way in the end. To live your life, any kind of weather, you and me together, we'll be fine. You gotta take it easy, easy. Take your time. Just you and me together, any kind of weather, we'll be fine. Little by little, someone blows a whistle. It don't matter in the end. So just slow it all down. Slow it all down. Little by little, someone blows a whistle. It don't matter in the end. So just slow it all down. Slow it all down, yeah. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Live your life. You and me together, we'll be fine. Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. Any kind of weather, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. You and me together, any kind of weather, we'll be fine. Take it easy. Take your time. You and me together, any kind of weather, we'll be fine. Take it easy, easy. We'll be fine.
My brother, I love you. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for you. My sister, I miss you. There are so many things I wanna tell you. 'Cause together we fought and together we cried. But nothing comes in between. We're together for life. Never above you, I'm never below you. Always beside you. No, I'm never above you, I'm never below you. Always beside you. each other in everything I do. Well, I got it from you. Oh, 'cause together we fight, and together we cry. Nothing comes in between. We're together for life. I'm never above you. I'm never below you. Always beside you. Oh, I'm never above you. I'm never below you. Always beside you.
We now ask you to switch off your mobile phones and stand to welcome our special guests to the auditorium.
Peki mai kake mai nā kuna me te whānau whānui, mai nā hau e whā me nā mātā waka, kua whakaeki ki runga i tēnei whare rangatira, ki te whakamana i tēnei rā whakahirahira o te rangi nei e, haere mai, haere mai, haere mai rā. Harea mai nā pare kawa kawa o te moti nei, kua whiti rangi hia, kua hoki ki Hawaii ki nui, Hawaii ki roa, Hawaii ki Pamamawe. Peki mai kaki mai koutou, ki runga i tēnei rā whakahirahira, kia tauna akuna ki mua i te miringa, ki te whiwhia rātou tohu o te mātauranga, ka tae atu koutou, ki te kai tāwhiti, ka maua kia tīna. Whakatau mai koutou.
Kia ora tātou, kia karaki a tātou, let us pray. Kia hata whai mai koe te atua i a mātou, i tēnei ahi kua te tarituni ai mātou ki a koe. Ko koe anō la hei āwhina i a mātou, ko toi rutui tā mātou kaupapa i tēnei ahi. Ko koe anō hoki hei tohu i a mātou i te wāka pā mai he rauru. Koe e nei mātou ka whakamoe me te whakakororia ki tō ingoa tapu. Āmine. Tihe mauri ora. Tihe uri, tihe noko ka tauha whakatau te rangi e tūi hon. Ka tauha whakatau te papa e takoto nei. Ka tauha whakatauha te matuku mai raro tōku. Ko i ei rukuhi a manawa pau roto, ko i ei rukuhi a manawa pau waho. Kia tīna whakatīna te more mai Hawaiki. E pupu ana hoki e wawao ana hoki. Whakatāre watu ki te rangi. Aha ki eke tangaroa, eke panuku. Whāno tau mai te mauri o haumia. Hui e taiki e. Nā nei rea koutou, nā maunga whakahi. Ngā waituku kiri o ngā tīpuna. Ngā hau e whā. Ngā tai e whā, ngā mātāwaka, ngā manuhiri, ngā koroua, ngā pākeke, ngā tamariki, me te hunga kua puta nei nā ihu i tēnei ahi. Nau mai, haere mai, tomo mai ki roto i tēnei whare. Te whare i hanga i ai, hei whakamau mahara i tētahi. O nā tāngata rongo nui o tēnei waka o te aro. Nā reira hara mai koutou. Hara mai koutou ki ngā pāpāringa. O te moana e kare mai nā. O te Rotorua nui i ākaha. Nā reira hara mai. Ngā waiwai te pukai wainga nui tēnei whakamininga hara mai. Hara mai koutou katoa. Mauria mai o tātou mate. Ngā mate maha. Kairunga i a koutou. Kawe mai whāriki hia ki runa i te papane. Kia tūtakitaki ai rātau o tātou mate ki a rātau. Anei tātou o rātau urupa e tangi nei e haku nei mō rātau ia te wāka tūtakitaki tātou. Nā reira ko hoki wairua mai rātau tēnei ahi. Kā re whakaingoa tia nā mate kai te mōhi o katoa tātou ki o tātou mate. Nā rei wai hoki reire. Kia whakarāpapotohia me pēne kia ki te kōrerona e ngā mate. Mue mai, hoki mai kāti ki a koutou. A kia hoki a kia no kia tātou te konohi ora. A tēnā tātou katoa, e hara mai nei ki te whakamanawa i te hunga e noho nei muane. Te hunga ina nai ki te kai te mātaura. I te rā nei kua puta nā ihu. Nā ko te manako i anā, kia kaha rātau ki te whai. Ngā kaupapa i whai e rātau nā mātauranga i ngā rākai te heke i hon. E māra mana tātou te takata tēnei mea te whai te mātauranga he mutunga kore. He mutunga kore. Whānau tonu mai tātou e akona tātou, mate asu tātou te akoto. Nā reira e koutou. Ta manako i ana ka puku mahi koutou, te whakamahi o koutou pūkenga. Kua tae nei koutou, ni ngā huatanga i ako nai e koutou, ngā tau pahura e kenei. Nā reira kua rahi tēnei, ko te mea nui kia whakahāri ia te kaupapa kai mua i o tātou rauro. Nā reira huri noa i tō tātou whare. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa e tau.
Tato, tato,
Tēnā koe mātua. Ko te pai tāwhati whāia ki a tāta. Ko te pai tāta whakamaua ki a tīna. Haumie, huie, tāhikie. Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Leon Toku Ingawa. Nau mai, hara mai, whakatau mai rā. I am the executive lead for Wintec and Toi Ohomai Business Division of Te Pukenga, the New Zealand Institute of Skills and Technology. And it's my privilege to welcome you, our successful graduates, your whānau, your loved ones, and our Toi Ohomai Te Pukenga kaimahi to this graduation. Over 10 graduation ceremonies across our rohe, we will be graduating 3,137 successful graduates from Toi Ohomai Te Pukenga. We are incredibly proud of you. Thank you, one and all, for being at the ceremony to celebrate the wonderful achievements of our akonga. Before we begin the ceremony, there are just a few housekeeping items I would like to draw your attention to. In the event of an evacuation, it will be announced through the sound system. On activation, you will be requested to evacuate the building immediately and walk quickly and calmly to a place of safety. The assembly points are through the doors at the back, through the main entrance, either left or right to the 2 car parks. Please follow the instructions of the venue fire wardens and the Toi Ohomai event staff that are in the front left and right of the building. In the foyer is a screen set up for live streaming of the ceremony. If parents would like some space with their little ones, please feel free to use this area, and our ushers can assist if needed. The ceremony will last about an hour to an hour and a half, after which we invite you to join us for light refreshments in the foyer. When the ceremony ends, staff on stage will leave first and form a guard of honor for the students, who will then exit through this guard. We ask you, the audience, to remain seated until the students and staff have left. Swift and Click is here taking formal photos before, during, and after the ceremony. There's no sitting fee, and the photos will be available online and purchase printed copies. Please do not approach the stage to take photos, as this does interfere with the photographer's flash. And please do stay for the entire ceremony, even if your loved one is the first to graduate. Feel free to show your love and congratulations to your loved ones as they cross the stage by way of waiata, haka, or any other means. We invite that. It's such a special day for everyone involved. We encourage you to show your appreciation, your support, and your respect to those that are graduating. May I then ask for you to check that your mobile phones are on silent. And please, can we then stand for the singing of our national anthem.
Kia piri
simply get goosebumps every time we sing the national anthem. It is now my privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker, Ross Everest. Ross is a name synonymous with men's rugby sevens. He has had frontline involvement in 18 World Series tournaments, 9 World Series winning sides, and 2 World Cup winners, 4 Commonwealth and 1 Olympic Games where New Zealand medalled. The list is beyond impressive. Ross has been recognised in the Queen's Birthday Honours, being named as a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit for his services to rugby. He is an accomplished and passionate team manager who inspires actions and creates results. With more than 20 years of sports and education team leadership under his belt, he's no stranger to overcoming obstacles and achieving results. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Ross Everest.
Tēnā koutou katoa, greetings, afternoon to everybody here today. Thank you, Leon, firstly for the introduction. You've obviously done a little bit of homework. I think that script was on the computer somewhere. So it does give you guys a little bit of an understanding of why I've been invited here to speak with you and celebrate your graduation this afternoon. Secondly, and more importantly, can I take a moment to congratulate all those people that are graduating today. What a massive achievement to realise your academic reward today after years and months of study. In rugby, we would say blood, sweat and tears. I guess you would say stress and emotions in education. Today's a moment in time, like everything, I guess, and I'd encourage you today, in this moment in time, to reflect on your achievement, reflect on those people who have supported you, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your lecturers, your tutors, who have got you to this point where you're about to embark on your next stage of your journey. So my sincere congratulations again. When I first got asked to come along and be the guest speaker this afternoon, I was initially reluctant. I don't really like standing in front of lots of people and talking, as I imagine you would understand. But I was humbled to be asked and felt it a privilege and an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. So I went back to Megan, who had initially approached me and asked me to come along today, and said, what would you like me to speak on and what sort of duration? Megan came back to me and said, you have an amazing story, tell your story. People will be interested in it and inspired by what you have to say. So I certainly hope that is the case. In terms of time, she said 5 minutes. You'd appreciate I've probably used a big chunk of that 5 minutes up already, and to tell my story is going to take a little bit longer than 5 minutes. But I hear what you're saying. You don't want someone up here for too long. So I promise to keep it high level and don't go into too much detail. I guess my story starts in a room similar to this in 1987 on the North Shore. And I know for some of you 1987 sounds a long time ago, but for me it's just around the corner, it's not too far away. I was graduating like you after 3 years of studying to be a primary school teacher at the Auckland College of Education, and I thought I had my life mapped out in front of me. I was coming to Rotorua. I had secured a job here at a local intermediate school. I thought I'd start as a beginning teacher. I would graduate after my 2 years as being a beginning teacher and be a fully qualified Scale A teacher. I'd work through the scales. I'd look for a middle management position, become a senior teacher, eventually move into becoming a deputy principal, and one day be a principal of my own school. And I thought my life was mapped out as I sat in that graduation hall. 1988, I came to Rotorua in January, full of enthusiasm and excitement. As you'll appreciate, for a young teacher to be able to get their own classroom and their own set of kids and students after having worked in other people's classrooms for 3 years was a pretty big milestone. So I was pretty excited, got on with the job, enjoyed my class, Had never lived in Rotorua before, so I thought the easiest way to get involved in the community and go and meet people is join up with some sort of sporting or community organisation. Mad keen on playing rugby, played rugby in Auckland, and the club I played for had a contact with a local club here in Rotorua called St Michael's, now known as Marist St Michael's if you're from this area. So I went along to that club, joined up and started playing senior football for St Mike's. Thought life was going pretty well, had my own class, playing a bit of footy, doing what I loved. And one day, early in that first year, I spied this pretty hot-looking chick across the bar. Unbeknown to me, that nice-looking lady had spied me and thought I was pretty good-looking as well. Back then, and I know this would come as a surprise to you, there was no dating apps or smartphones back then. There wasn't even any cell phones. So we had to meet the old-fashioned way, face-to-face. We kindled a bit of a relationship. That relationship grew. It became a marriage. It became 2 kids, and as of January this year, it's 31 years old. So that was my start into Rotorua. 2 years I graduated, or became a fully qualified teacher, got myself involved into Toi Mitchell Primary School Rugby. Was given a team to coach, brought a couple of mates along that I was working with, and we coached that team for a year. The second year, with the Toi Mitchell Primary School side, we swapped roles. The manager became the assistant coach, the assistant coach became that coach, and I fell into the manager's role. First time I'd ever managed a rugby team. End of that season, I was approached by a guy who we had, I guess we could call him a supplier. He helped the Toi Mitchell side out. And he said to me, I like the way you manage that Toi Mitchell side. We've just been appointed as coaches of a club here in Rotorua, it wasn't St Mike's, and we're looking for a manager and we'd like you to come and join us. So I was a bit flattered by this, went along to their first meeting, and sat in the club rooms in their pre-season meeting, looked around and thought, what am I doing here? This is not my club. I need to be putting my energies and time back into the club that supported me. So I went back to St Mike's, talked to their rugby committee. The next year I was managing their senior A side. Middle of that year I had a guy come up to me who was the captain of the team, had a lot of respect for him. He was a guy that had played a lot of rugby in Hamilton, been through a number of clubs, played provincial rugby for Waikato, and he came up to me and he said, Ross, where did you learn to manage rugby teams? And I said to him, well, actually I haven't. I've just really picked it up. From a player's point of view, when I was playing, I knew what I wanted out of a manager, and that's what I have built on, tried to grow and develop as the years gone on. He said to me, I want to tell you, I think you do a fantastic job. And in actual fact, I think out of all the rugby teams that I've been involved in, you're the best manager that I've had. I was taken aback. This was my first year in senior football, or senior rugby, and he was telling me that I was the best manager that he had had, and he had an extensive career. So I thought, well, I must be doing a good job, must be doing something right. The next year, the coach that I was involved in St Mike's was appointed to the Bay of Plenty, to coach the Bay of Plenty Colts team. And I was talking to him one day and I said, oh, who's in your management team? Who's going to manage your side? And he looked at me and he said, why are you asking? I said, oh, I'm just interested. He said, do you want the job? And I sat back and thought, oh, this would be awesome, going from club football to the next level to Bay of Plenty representative rugby. And I said, yeah, I do. He said, good, the job's yours. So for the next 3 years, the next 3 out of 4 years, I was involved in Bay of Plenty provincial rugby at age group side and development team side. And at that time, as I was going through this period of time, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if I could go to the next level, if I could push myself to be the Steamers manager, the provincial union teams manager. Always as a player, I wanted to be a provincial union player, and as a young guy, like everybody that plays rugby, wanted to be an All Black. But I knew I'd never be an All Black, and to be fair, I probably wasn't ever going to be a provincial player. I don't know quite why I actually played rugby when I reflected on it. I didn't like tackling. I didn't like being tackled. I didn't like rucks and mauls, and I loved getting the ball in my hands, but in Rotorua Club rugby back in the late 80s and early 90s, there were few and far between were the chances of doing that. But I did enjoy the camaraderie and the team environment and a beer on a Saturday night. So I think that's probably why I ended up playing footy. But here was an opportunity for me to push on and probably, or maybe, represent my province. So I tucked that away in the back of my mind. It was never a driving factor for me, but it was something that I had sitting in the back of my mind. At the end of 1988, I was approached by a member of the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union board who said to me, "We're looking for a new Steamers team manager. Are you interested?" Again, I sort of stopped and went, man, what an opportunity that would be. So I said, yes, I am. Apply. So I went through the process, long story short, applied for the job and became the Steamers manager for 1999 and managed the Steamers, the first of two stints I did with the Steamers for 3 years, 99 to 2001. And I was able to pull that file out from the back of my mind and put a tick beside it to say, actually, I've got there. I've got to representing my province as a team manager. And I thought to myself, man, wouldn't it be good if I could go that little bit further and I could get to become a New Zealand team manager of something? Again, filed it away in the back of my mind and concentrated on what I was doing with the Steamers. End of 2001, change of coach came in, management team moved out, and that was me. I thought I'd finished my rugby career. I thought I was pretty happy with that. I'd gone and represented my province for 3 years. I'm going to go back into teaching. Not that I ever left teaching, but as you can appreciate, being a manager of an NPC team meant a little bit of time away from school, so my energies were shared between rugby and education. I thought it was an opportunity for me to go back into education and start putting my time and effort back into the school, into the classroom, and to the jobs that I was required to do there. A year and a half later, the opportunity came up for me to apply for the deputy principal of the school that I was in, and I won that role and became the deputy principal. So I sort of jumped back on that road that I had in 1987, set for myself within education and within teaching. 10 weeks later, I got a call from a guy called Gordon Titchens. For those of you who don't know, Gordon Titchens was the manager was a coach of the Bay of Plenty side at the time I was managing. At the same time, he was also the coach of the New Zealand Sevens team. And he said to me, "Have you seen tonight's paper?" I said, "Oh, no, I haven't." He said, "The Sevens team's manager's job is being advertised." He said, "Have a look at it, apply today, it closes tomorrow." So I quickly raced around and tried to find the paper. Remember, back then, there was no online application, nothing in the internet. It was by paper and hand hard-covered CVs. So I quickly raced around, got my CV together, got my letter of application away to New Zealand Rugby. Again, long story short, went through the process and applied for the job, was interviewed for the role on a Thursday, got a phone call on the Friday from New Zealand Rugby to say that I'd won the position. Now, you would think that was a no-brainer. I had a weekend to decide, and they asked me to call them back on Monday. So you'd think it would be a no-brainer for me to say I'd take that rugby job. But I had a pretty hard weekend deciding what I was going to do. On this side, I had just been appointed as a deputy principal. I had my road and path in education, a secure job and a good salary. On this side, just been appointed as the All Black Sevens manager, a part-time role, a 2-year contract, so no security after 2 years, no guarantee I'd carry on in the role, and half the salary because it was a part-time job. And sitting in the middle, I had my wife, my 5-year-old, my 3-year-old, and had to consider what was best for me, what was best for them, what was best for us as a family. So as you consider, you can understand and appreciate that was a pretty difficult weekend. We ended up at my in-laws' place for dinner on Sunday night, and they said to me, "What have you decided you're going to do?" I said, "Oh, I really don't know." And they said to me, "Don't worry about the kids, don't worry about Marie, they'll be fine. We'll look after them, take the job." So I went home and I thought a little bit more about it that night, and I thought, well, it's 2.5 years. There's plenty of teaching jobs over here. There's only one Sevens job, Sevens manager's job. I had a 2.5-year contract. In those two and a half years, I was going to be involved in 2 Sevens World Series championships. The team had gone pretty well in the previous 4 years the championships had been running. They'd won all 4. The second year, we were going to Hong Kong and playing in the Rugby World Cup Sevens tournament over there. The team had won the previous World Cup in 2001 for the first time, so it was an opportunity to go back to back. And in the third year, in 2006, was the Melbourne Commonwealth Games, and what an opportunity that would be to be part of a Commonwealth Games team, represent your country, and hopefully medal. And the team had medalled twice in Kuala Lumpur and Manchester with a gold medal, and this is the 3rd appearance at a Commonwealth Games. At the end of those 2 years, we'd won both World Series. We'd gone to Hong Kong, and we were beaten finalists. We were runners-up in that tournament. And we'd added a 3rd gold medal to the tally in Melbourne in 2006. 20 years later, in April last year, I finished my contract with New Zealand Rugby and the All Black Sevens team. I'd been to 160 tournaments. I'd been to 4 Rugby World Cup Sevens, winning 2 of them, in Moscow in 2013 and San Francisco in 2018. Been to 4 Commonwealth Games, winning 3 Commonwealth Games gold medals and a silver, and 2 Olympics. Rio 2016, where we were knocked out in the quarterfinal, and Tokyo 2020, played in 2021, where we medalled with a silver medal. And to top that off, as you heard, Queen's Birthday weekend last year, I was honoured with a Queen's Birthday honour, the member of the New Zealand Order of Merit for my services to rugby, which was an extremely proud moment for me and my family to actually be recognised for what I'd been doing. Finally, if I can, just sum some things up just as I come to finish. I'll take you back to when I was a 3rd former, first year at secondary school. And we had a 7th former back in those times. That's what they were called. I think it's year 9 and year 13 now. He came down and spoke to us, and he said, if I can give you any advice for the next 5 years at secondary school, is to go on every trip you can. Take every opportunity you can. Go on all sports trips, go on school camps, go on school excursions. Don't miss out, because those opportunities are not going to be there when you leave secondary school. So throughout my 5 years at secondary school, I did exactly that. I took every opportunity, I went on every trip. In fact, at one stage I got a C on my history exam for too much cricket, according to my teacher. So I did as much as I could. And I guess I probably lived my life, when I reflect to my life to date, a little bit like that. I've taken opportunities. Now, I'm quite conservative, I'm not a risk taker, but I've taken some pretty big risks in my life, as I explained to you around that Sevens role. But if I hadn't, I wouldn't have done, seen, or been part of the things that have happened to me over the last 20 years. And if I can encourage you people here today to ensure, as you set on your path, in whatever career you're working in, to consider every opportunity that comes your way. Don't overlook it. It may be within your career, it may be from left or right field, but at least consider it. It may not be something that you're going to take, but certainly consider it, because you don't know where life is going to take you and what you're going to do. I set out thinking I was going to be a principal. I ended up a manager of a national sports team. Again, as I finish, if I can extend my congratulations to you people here in the front rows for your hard work and your effort. To be graduating here today is very special. Please enjoy the ceremony, enjoy the afternoon, enjoy tonight with your family, and all the best for your future. Thank you very much for listening.
Tēnā koe, Ross. Thank you for sharing your story. It is simply inspirational to listen to those words. I think we've heard you loud and clear. And it's the simplicity of it is, do what you love and love what you do. Do what comes naturally to you. And in Ross's career, he heard very early on, others that mentored him to say to him that he's a manager par excellence, and he loved doing that. Other key messages from Ross is about following your passion, about taking action. It's about accepting along the way failures will happen, but what is important is to learn from failures. Don't fear them. It is about working really hard at your craft, harder than anyone else around you. It's about loving your family and respecting the shoulders of those that you stand on, that brought you where you are today. You follow those simple rules embedded in his message, and you will always be successful, and results will always follow. Another round of applause for Ross. Thank you. And now we get to the formalities of your graduation. Suddenly there's a lot of smiles in front of me. I, Dr. Leon Ferry, by the powers vested in me as executive lead for Toi Ohomai Te Pukenga, now do convene this ceremony to confer degrees and awards diplomas and certificates to graduands, both present and in absentia. And to start us off in those formalities, I'm inviting Faculty Associate Dean Del Rahuno.
A tēnā tātou katoa. O tiraya koutou ngā tauira, ngā pēa ko pute te rangi nei. Nei rā te mihi mai ha ki o koutou. O tiraya te mihi kia koe eru, nai no ki tātou whakarite i tēnei ahi. O tiraya kia koe tangiwai i karanga mai ngā akonga kia kuhu ki roto i tēnei o tātou whare mātangira. O reira tēnā kōrua a tēnā tātou katoa. So welcome and congratulations to the graduands today. I'd like to add one rule, one house rule, and that is, if your phone goes off, it's your shout across the road at the junction after the ceremony. I heard one phone go, and I didn't see who it was. So you've been warned, you've got 10 seconds by the time it takes these students to get up here to make sure your phone is on silent. So at this point in time, I'd like to invite Jack Field to present the parchments for the New Zealand Certificate in Study and Career Preparation, Level 3. I'm going to take my time too reading these names, because this is your time to enjoy. I know it can be scary walking across the stage in front of everyone, but you've worked really hard, so you deserve to have some time to strut your stuff. So don't run across the stage, take your time, enjoy it, turn, look at your family, do a mihi, and then go. Nō reira, it's with my pleasure and honour to welcome Simone Ellison to pick up her parchment for the New Zealand Certificate in Study and Career Preparation, Level 3. Riley Clark. A tēnā koe Jack, I tēnei wā tonu, a ka karanga kia whakarongotai hokowhitu, te haramai hei whakakoha, hei huatu ngā tohu, mo te tohu pōkaitahi reorua Māori, reo Māori, reorua, kaupairua. So I'll invite Whakarongotai Hokowhitu to present the awards for the New Zealand Certificate in Te Reo Māori, Level 2. Darnell Blackman. Tēnā koutou. Ai au na moke. I'm looking to see who that is. Karen Cooney. Ara mai wari au te mea tēnei, ko tēnei te tohu amanitai ko toro parirau kaupai whā, New Zealand Certificate in Māori Governance. Congratulations, Karen. Awa te mahutonga. I tēnei wā tonu, ka karangahia Lindsay Wharikura, hei hoatu I ngā tohu mō te New Zealand Certificate in Education Support Level 4. So, nau mai hara mai, Alison Driver. This person has been busy. They've achieved the New Zealand Certificate in Education Support Level 4 as well as the New Zealand Certificate in Health Wellbeing Advanced Support Level 4. Beverly Kingi. For the New Zealand Certificate in Adult and Tertiary Teaching Level 5, Craig Davey. Elizabeth Guest. Carolyn Morrison. And this is for the New Zealand Diploma in Early Childhood Education and Care Level 5, Jennifer Brown. Don't be shy to waiata or whatever. Tegan Stemper. Tēnā wei tonu ka karangahia Leon, hei whakapōtai I wēnei nā, ko whai I te tohu pai tahi. So this is for the Bachelor of Teaching Early Childhood Education, te tohu pai tahi whakako ko hunga hunga. Nau mai hara mai, Sarah Griffin. Vidhi Patel. Tēnā koe, Leon. The following have achieved the Master of Teaching Early Childhood Education tohu pairua o te whakaako i te mātauranga ko hungahunga. Hui Ting Chin. Rui Fang Dong. Sophia de Souza. Xing Yuan. Wan Huang. Shan Shan Li. Yu Bao Liu. Anu Shine. Wing Ling Wu. Yulan Wu. Chung Kei Zong. Shen Shen Zhang. Tēnā koe Lenway. I tēnei wā tonu ka karangihia Akta Zaman. So, Akta. The following are for the Master of Management. Nasrat Rahman. So this is the Master of Management with Merit, Nulilon Fulo. And this is the Master of Management with Distinction, Jenna Waite. The Master of Management in Hospitality, Ken Rodriguez. Tēnā koe akta. Tēnei mai tonu ka karangi hia a Deborah Sims. Me Leon hoki hei whakapōtai. The following are for the Bachelor of Nursing. Rua Pakau. Patrick Barron. Remember who that person is? Sophie Bell. Steve Marie Booth. Jasmine Brown. Jasmine was also the recipient of the Waikato Graduate Women's Educational Trust. Well done. Aaron Cole. Gagandeep Dalival. Anna Fraser. Isabella Jackson. Portia James. Anthony Jenkins. Alina Paulson. Suhwana Prasad. Helen Salt. Danielle Sharp. Nimi Thomas. Sebastian Gabriel Tolentino. Iris Tom. Yeah. Rosalie Totten. Lillian Tuhoro. Emma Watson. Well done. Matthew William Yee. Koina hoki ngā tohu mō ngā mahi tāpui, nō re tēnā koe Leon. I'd like to invite Jane Hasty to present the parchments for the New Zealand Diploma in Whānau Ora Level 5. Nau mahara mai. Reira, nau mai haramai, Kaylee Barwell. Tupou Cook. Rachel Fraser. Danielle Walker. Tēnā koe, Jane. Tēnei wai tonu ka karangahi ana, Vicky Hari. So the following are for the New Zealand Certificate in Health and Wellbeing, Health Assistance Level 3. Nō reira, nau mai haramai, Paula Beckham. Sonia Cachero Friends. Niall Brian Carbonell. Aaron Christophers. Susan Greaves. Biju Johnny. Ketupahan Shintanalal Lad. Supriya Maholka. The following are for the New Zealand Certificate in Health and Wellbeing Advanced Support Level 4. Nau mai haramai Tracy Old. Sonia. Tēnā koe, Vicky. I tēnei wā, Alison Stewart, to present the parchments for the New Zealand Diploma in Health Science Level 5. Nau mai haramai, Alison. Sienna Laval. Tēnā koe, Alison. Thank you. I tēnei ana ko Ruth Naidu to present the parchments for the New Zealand Diploma in Sport, Recreation, Exercise, Multi-Sector Level 5. Paige Karaitiana. For the New Zealand Diploma in Sport, Recreation and Exercise, Multi-Sector Level 6, Maya Kay. For the New Zealand Diploma in Wellness and Relaxation Massage, Level 5, Nadine Kelly. Madeline Scoulton. Elise Tamati. Tēnā koe, Ruth. Tēnā hoki koe, Rosemary Richards. can call you. And this is to present the parchments for the postgraduate certificate in applied professional studies in infection prevention and control. No, my haramai Amanda Rowe. This is for the Postgraduate Certificate in Applied Professional Studies, Mentoring and Leadership with Merit, Michael Lotto. The following is for the Master of Applied Professional Studies, Adult Teaching with Distinction, Darling Chutuape. Again, Master of Applied Professional Studies, Applied Adult Teaching with Distinction, Julie Cass. Oh, yes. And again, Master of Applied Professional Studies, Adult Teaching and Mentoring. We have Kamau Katsuria. Toi Ohomai. O tēnā hoki tātou. Kua puta te ihu, kua whai tohu koutou, mihi nunui ki a koutou katoa. You've done it. You've completed. So I guess when you started out, for those of you who studied for 3 years, or even those who studied for a shorter period, when they said, this is going to be tricky and you have to apply, I bet you didn't realise how much you're going to have to apply yourself. But you've managed to get through. Kua heke te wera wera, ko uu ki te mahi, ko puta koutou katoa. Nō reira, neira te mihi maia maia, mātou nei, ngā kaiako ki a koutou katoa. So we're really proud of you for putting in the effort and being graduates of Toi Ohomai te pūkenga. You've worked hard over the years, or the year, and you've put that effort in, and today is a day of celebration for you. To say the last few years have been challenging, it's probably an understatement. You may have doubted yourself along the way. You might have thought, am I doing the right thing? And sometimes it can appear to be the easy option to put studies on hold, but you didn't. You carried on, and you've done it. So the big ups to you. But let's not forget those that supported you on the way as well, on the journey. Reira koutou te whānau. Koutou I tautoko mai I wēnei, neira te mihi mai ki a koutou. Koutou I awhina, koutou I tautoko I wēnei kia whai kaha I rātou kia puta te ihu tēnei rangi. You know, most students, they don't do it on their own. They need the support of others, and that's what you guys have provided over the years. That awhi, tautoko, so they could be here today, and we can all celebrate together. So as you leave today, don't forget the people that are around you, and they can be friends for life. They can support you out in your profession. And don't forget these people here as well that have helped you get through to where you are. Don't be scared to come back and ask questions. Don't be scared to come back and do the next level up. We're taking enrolments right now for semester 2. So, no mai hoki mai. So, nei rā te tukuati ki a koutou, nei rā te mihi rā ki a koutou. Don't forget, after this, we're going to close by the staff exiting first and forming a guard of honour on the sides. For those whānau in the audience, if you could please stay seated until the students have exited. And then, if we can read outside in the foyer, he kaputi, he kai nei, hei whakanui, hei whakanoi ia tātou. So there's light refreshments after this as well out in the foyer. Noere, ko ro tēnei, ko roro ana, engari tāku nei nā, te mihi rā ki a koutou ki a tātou katoa I tēnei ahi. He kaupapa nui, he kaupapa whakahira-hira. Hare konta ngā kau koe nei te rangi pai mā mātou nei, te whakahōnore I wēnei nā. Ko noho rangatira mātou I a kou tēnā mahi, I a kou tēnā kaha, ki te ū, ki te kaupapa, ki eke tangoroa ai I tēnei āwhatanga. So we are really proud of you. Noho poho kerere mātou. This is one of our favourite days of the year, to see you guys graduate. So, you're awesome. We can't say that enough, you're awesome. So, ko tāku nei I tēnei wā, te whakohoki atu rā, te rākau kōrero ki taku rangatira, ki taku kaumāta, hei whakakapi I tēnei wāhanga. So I'd like to invite Eru to come back and close this for this afternoon. Nō rei, tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou. Just before we finish, one more clap for these guys who've worked so hard. Kia ora tātou.
Ahoi anō tēnā anō tātou katoa. Mai taku whakamutuna mā te karakia. Let's put our hands together one more time. Mana tauri. Kia karakia tātou, let us pray. Te urunga tū, te urunga tapu. Te Māori tū, te Māori tapu. Te Māori te whiwhia anuku tū. Puri te aroto, te whiwhia aroto. Koe nei te Māori whakapiki, koe nei te Māori whakakake, ko te Māori o ngā ariki, ko te Māori o ngā tipua, ko te Māori o ngā tua, ko te Māori o enei tauira, ko te Māori o enei whānau, ko te Māori o tēnei whare, ko te Māori e rangi. Ka puta ki te whai au, ki te ao mārama whāno, haramai te toki aha umia, hui e tai ki e. Kia ora tātou.
got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like, oh my God. Jump out that sofa. Let's kick it off.
I know that we'll have a ball if we get down and go out and just lose it all. I feel stressed out, I wanna let it go. Let's go way out, spaced out and losing all control.
Fill up my cup. Mazel tov. Look at her dancing. Just take it off. Let's paint the town. We'll shut it down. Let's burn the roof.
And then we'll do it again.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And do it. And do it. Let's live it up and do it. And do it. And do it. Do it. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. 'Cause I got a feeling that tonight's gonna